誰かがやらなきゃいけなくて、それこそまさにiSpaceの仕事じゃないかなと思っています。
Everyone from different backgrounds, different industries, different countries in all three of those offices bring something different, but we're always collaborating, and I think we can make a very successful result.
The moon is not just a destination. I think it's really like a proving ground for iSpace vision.
We are excited about the steps we are taking to be a part of lunar infrastructure. That's my contribution to creating a better planet for my kids and their kids and your kids and everybody else.
Once we make that first soft landing, I think that internally, all of our crew and all of our engineers and all the entire company is going to have the confidence to move forward knowing that we can do this.
Resilience. Resilience.
Resilience.
Resilience.
Resilience.
Resilience.
Resilience.
Resilience.
Resilience.
Three, two, one. Ignition. iSpace resilience separation confirmed.
There it goes. You can see Resilience slowly moving away from Falcon 9's second stage as it begins its journey to the moon.
Welcome to the live streaming event for iSpace's Hack to Earth Mission 2 Venture Moon Lunar Landing. This event will be conducted in Japanese, but you can enjoy the live broadcast by accessing iSpace's official YouTube channel. Enjoy the live broadcast in Japanese on the Hack to Earth channel, and for simultaneous English interpretation, go to the iSpace channel.
For English interpretation of our live stream, please access the iSpace YouTube channel or iSpace-inc.com/landing.
I'll be your MC for today's event, Kevin Zaleski from iSpace PR, and I'm Riko Shintaku from iSpace IR. Thank you all for joining us today. So Riko, landing day is finally here. It really is, Kevin. I believe everyone is, but I'm half nervous and half thrilled. I can't wait. I know exactly what you mean. With this anticipation and excitement in the air, we're thrilled to bring you the most exciting moment of Mission 2 live tonight. After launching in January 2025 and spending nearly 5 months traveling through space, iSpace's Resilience lander and tenacious rover are now on the verge of achieving Japan's first and Asia's first privately led lunar landing. For those of you joining us for the first time, allow me to give a brief introduction to iSpace. iSpace is a global company engaged in lunar exploration. Our vision, expand our planet, expand our future, reflects our mission to harness space for the benefit of humanity so that people on Earth can continue to live prosperous lives into the future. We aim to expand the sphere of human activity into space and create a sustainable lunar economy. To begin, we're offering reliable payload transportation services, that is, delivering customers' payloads to the moon and providing lunar surface data. What truly sets iSpace apart is our global presence. While today's broadcast is from Japan, we also have offices in Denver, Colorado, in the United States, and Luxembourg in Europe. With a team of approximately 300 members across these three locations, we continue to grow as a global enterprise. Our first commercial lunar exploration program consists of two missions. Mission 1, which attempted a lunar landing in April 2023, unfortunately did not succeed. However, we applied the lessons learned from that mission to prepare for today's second landing attempt. Mission 2 includes not only a lunar landing, but also plans for lunar exploration using our own in-house developed rover. And that is not all. Team Driver Commercial Mission 1 will deliver NASA payloads from the Apex 1.0 lander developed by our U.S. subsidiary, iSpace US, to lunar orbit and the lunar surface. TDCM-1 will contribute to the U.S. Artemis program through this mission. All right. Today's live stream is coming to you from Otemachi, just a short distance from the HACTOR Mission Control Center in Nihonbashi, Tokyo. We are broadcasting from Rising Square, a venue provided by Sumitomo Mitsui Banking Corporation, one of the official partners of HACTOR. As you can see, we're joined here by a wide range of people who support iSpace: corporate partners, clients, representatives from government and financial institutions, members of the space industry, and of course our employees. It's truly a gathering of what we might call the iSpace ecosystem. We have a total of around 550 people here tonight, and despite the late hours, the energy in this room is incredible.
Are you guys ready
Everyone,
for the lunar landing?
are you ready for the lunar landing? Thank you. Wow, that's amazing. I really can't wait to celebrate a successful landing with all of you. The expected landing time is less than an hour from now at 4:17 a.m. Today we're scheduled to reach milestone Success 9, completion of the landing sequence, which refers to the lunar landing itself. As for the subsequent milestone Success 10, stable operations on the lunar surface, it may take some time to confirm after the landing. Depending on the situation, the announcement may be made after the live event concludes. But first, let's check in with the Mission Control Center. The Resilience lander, currently on its way to the moon, is being operated from the HACTOR Mission Control Center, MCC, in Nihonbashi, Tokyo. As you can see in the live footage, the iSpace team is actively preparing for the landing. As you can see, everyone seems quite nervous. Yes, the MCC crew in Nihonbashi is already fully focused and in mission mode. Also, during the landing, we may hear live audio updates from MCC. If any English announcements come through, the venue speakers will jump in and explain them for you. So stay tuned. Additionally, the Resilience lander is about to perform a maneuver to leave lunar orbit. The preparations for today's landing have actually been underway at the MCC for several days already. Now let's hear from the MCC crew to better understand what's coming up in the next hour as the lander makes its final approach to the moon.
Hi everyone, I am Ángel Milagro, the M2 Mission Director, and we are here today in the Hakuto R Mission Control Center, or MCC as we call it. Today we will monitor from here the landing attempt of M2.
Hi, my name is Janelle Wellens, and I'm the Deputy Mission Director for Mission 2, who will be your flight director on landing day here inside the Hakuto R Mission Control Center. We start from 24 hours before the automated descent actually begins. In this 24 hours, we're going to have 3 shifts doing 3 distinct different jobs. The first 2 shifts are going to be focused on making sure that our lander is prepared for the autonomous descent. This includes determining our velocity and position with some uncertainty so that we can give that to the lander prior to it making its own decisions after that autonomous point begins. These 2 shifts will also be responsible for power-saving activities, and they will also be preparing our fuel tanks to make sure their temperatures and pressures are ready for this final burn. After these first 2 shifts are able to sign off that our lander status is doing great, the final shift takes over for the landing. We begin 8 hours before the autonomous sequence kicks off and use those final orbit determination products to upload a command sequence and other products that will allow our spacecraft to have the best chance at landing. Once these products are uploaded, they will be reviewed extensively by the engineers who are sitting in this room in what we call the descent review meeting. At this point in time, we will start to generate a burn plan, which details the landing site and all of the other parameters that have to do with it that our engineers can verify before we move forward. After this point, we will have what is called the authority to proceed. It's our final go, no go, where every console in this room will have to let me know verbally if we are going to be all systems go for landing.
Thank you to everyone at MCC. We're counting on you and rooting for you. Yes, and just to repeat, the iSpace lander is about to perform a maneuver to leave lunar orbit, which is phase 1. There may be an announcement after this critical operation, so let's continue to keep a close watch. As announced earlier, Resilience has already performed the lunar orbit departure maneuver. We'll be monitoring the phase 1 and departure from orbit, so let me take a moment to explain what those mean. The landing process is provided into 6 phases, and in the very first phase, the lander fires its thrusters briefly. That deceleration causes the spacecraft's orbit around the moon to gradually drop. Through that deceleration, the lander descends from lunar orbit and gradually approaches the moon's surface. After departing from orbit, Resilience continues to approach the lunar surface, descending from an altitude of 100 to approximately 20 kilometers. This marks the start of landing phase 2, cruise descent. Yes, that's exactly right. We'll take a closer look at the upcoming landing phases later on, but as mentioned earlier, the lander has already entered its autonomous guidance process following a pre-programmed sequence. In other words, from this point on, the iSpace team will not manually control the lander. Instead, they will monitor the status as it proceeds toward landing. There was announced, DOI confirmed. So that means that the lunar orbit departure maneuver has been successfully executed. This has been confirmed, so that is going smoothly. Thank you very much. Now, during tonight's event, the Mission Control Center will be using real-time data called telemetry, which is transmitted directly from the Resilience lander to help visualize and explain the lander's current status in an easy-to-understand format. This screen you're looking at is a visualization of telemetry data received from the lander. Please note that some of the data is still pending and will be received later. Once confirmed, and we will provide updates in this format again. Wow, there's a lot of information here so that our viewers can follow along on their own. Could you give us a quick user guide or how to read this display? Absolutely. First, in the two circles in the upper right corner, the numbers show resilience's current altitude above the lunar surface and its velocity. As for the altitude, it will be displayed once the data has been received later on. Below that, you can see the estimated time remaining until landing. Please note that this is subject to change based on data received from the lander, so we ask that you view it as a reference only. I see. So that means the live data from the lander is being reflected on the screen, right? The countdown to landing is just for reference then. I'm really looking forward to seeing the altitude display. It really adds to the sense of realism. Exactly. It helps you picture the situation more clearly. Just below that, we're also displaying the thruster status of resilience. The large circular shape represents the main thruster, and next to it, you can see the status of the 6 assist thrusters. These thrusters will fire or stop depending on the landing phase. When thruster is firing, it lights up blue. We'll explain more about this screen as we go along. Okay. And now, we'd like to take a moment to hear a message from one of our very special guests who has joined us here in person today. We're honored to welcome none other than Mr. Hiroshi Yamakawa, President of the JAXA, Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency. Mr. Yamakawa, thank you so much for being here with us tonight. I am Hiroshi Yamakawa, President of JAXA. I thought quite a bit about my speech, but I'm overwhelmed by your passion at the moment. First of all, I would like to offer words of congratulations to everyone who has been working so hard to welcome this day. CEO and founder, Mr. Hakamada, and everyone at iSpace, everyone associated to this event. Up until today, I know all of you made hard effort to come to this point. And many missions and projects we have undertaken at JAXA. We have welcomed many guests like this, so I understand how you feel right now, quite nervous and thrilled and excited, I'm sure, but at the same time, very excited and passionate about what's going to happen. I feel the same. I'm so looking forward to this. And I have a chance to speak with you. I speak with everyone in the industry every week, and lots of people from all over the world, and lots of people talk about your venture, your project, this Hacked R2 event or project. I'm so looking forward to what's going to happen today. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Yamakawa.
And what makes today's landing event even more special is that we're connected to 3 global venues. In addition to our venue here in Otemachi, Tokyo, we're also connected with iSpace's offices in Luxembourg and Denver, Colorado, as well as in Washington, D.C., the capital of the United States. First, let's start our live check-ins. First up in Luxembourg. This year marks the 20th anniversary of Luxembourg joining the European Space Agency, and a special commemorative event is being held today. So today's event is hosted by the Luxembourg Space Agency, LSA, and many are watching to cheer on the Resilience lander and the Tenacious rover developed in Luxembourg as they prepare for landing. The Tenacious rover heading to the moon was developed by iSpace as a European office with the support of LSA, and if today's landing succeeds, it will become the first European rover to drive on the lunar surface. Many VIPs, including representatives from the Luxembourg government and the European Space Agency, are watching the Resilient lander's descent in person at the venue. And today we are hearing comments from three distinguished guests. First is the CEO of the Luxembourg Space Agency, Mr. Marc Serres, and the Director of Commercialization, Industry and Competitiveness at the European Space Agency, ESA, Mr. Giladi Nages, and then also the Dr. Julian Lamman, CEO of iSpace Europe.
Hello, everyone. How is the atmosphere in Luxembourg?
How's the atmosphere?
Once again,
come on,
make some noise. There we go. Gotta get it up there. Gotta get it up there.
Come on, come on, come on.
Wow, that is intense. Thank you so much. And then just what's new in space in Luxembourg and Europe?
Yeah, thank you everyone for joining us from all over the world here in Luxembourg. This means a lot. We have several hundred people here in this movie theater and another movie theater behind me. And of course, everybody came here to witness the landing of Resilience, but also cheer for Tenacious. Tenacious has spent 5 months in space. It's really eager to stretch its legs and go for a ride on the moon. Tenacious means a lot to the crowd here. It was built in Luxembourg by our team, iSpace Europe. Shout out to iSpace Europe, please. And of course, to build a lunar rover in Luxembourg, the first lunar rover in Luxembourg, the first European-built rover to have gone into space. It takes a lot of talent, it takes a great team, also takes the support, trust, and I would say love from the European Space Agency and the Luxembourg Space Agency. And this is why I'm very happy to give the floor to Géraldine Nadja, Director of Commercialization at ESA, and then Marc Serres, CEO of the Luxembourg Space Agency.
Thank you, Julie. Thank you. Well, I can just say that ESA is extremely proud and thrilled to support iSpace Mission 2. We will provide, we provide ground services, we provide telemetry and tracking, which is essential infrastructure for lunar exploration operations. So we are very happy for that. I would like also to say that this is a very good example of how we can support new space actors in Europe, commercialization. This is, as you know, what we are really eager to do at ESA, and also to support eventually a sustainable European and Japanese presence on the moon. So this is really good. And last, I think Tenacious is hopefully a very successful technological achievement, but beyond the technology, it's also, once again, a symbol of the future of lunar exploration. So very happy to be with you.
Thank you, Geraldine.
So, of course, I'm very happy, and I think all the team is very happy to be here tonight and part of this really amazing event. It's a very emotional moment to be here and to be connected with you in Japan, to watch this memorable moment. As you heard, there is a lot of excitement, but at the same time, a lot of tension here. We are all sort of looking at what will happen now in a few minutes. This is not only, of course, this very important moment for iSpace, but I think for us it's also a way to celebrate a very good cooperation with another country, with Japan. I think this is something that is very close to our heart. We believe that cooperation is one of the component, the ingredients of success in space. And we have said it several times, this is difficult to go to space. And so this is a really remarkable achievement. Whatever happens, I think we would like here to very warmly congratulate iSpace and the teams behind, because this is an incredible achievement, doing what they have done just in 8 years. I think it's just exceptional, and so we are extremely proud as well to be here and to share these great moments with you.
Thank you so much. Let's do this.
Thank you very much to everyone in Luxembourg and to our entire iSpace Europe crew. 皆さん、ありがとうございます。
Thank you, everyone. Let me briefly summarize, what we just heard. So we heard that 750 people have gathered in Luxembourg to witness this historic moment, and there's great anticipation for future collaboration on commercial mission under international cooperation. And the ESA is supporting iSpace's mission 2 by providing ground station services, and emphasized that this mission is a powerful example of promoting commercial innovation and new space. Tenacious is not only a technological achievement, but also represents Europe's role in shaping the future of lunar exploration. And LSA has supported iSpace's challenge from an early stage, especially in the context of lunar exploration. And they mentioned also that the development of a Tenacious rover is the result of Luxembourg's robust space industry and strong international partnerships. Thank you, everybody in Luxembourg, and then go Tenacious. Right, thank you from myself too. And next, let's head over to our U.S. venue. In Washington, D.C., we've set up a public viewing event. So government officials, representatives from NASA and other space agencies based in Washington, and members of iSpace US are gathered to watch the M2 landing. Today we will be hearing from the following speakers: the NASA Office of International Interagency Relations and our Deputy Associate Administrator, Ms. Karen Fulstein, Commercial Spaceflight and Federation President, Mr. David Cavosa, and iSpace US Chairman, Mr.
Hello, everyone. Are you ready to land on the moon?
Are you ready to land on the moon?
Hey guys, we can't hear you. It's possible that you have to turn on your audio feed. Sorry about that.
We
can't hear you guys.
Oh,
yes,
we made a lot of noise too.
Please, Ron, go ahead.
Luxembourg set the stage for us, and we had to get a higher bar. So thanks, Julian, for that. But we're all here. We got about 150 people, very, very excited people gathered here in Washington, D.C. So let's all say hi. Ohio gozaimasu to everybody in Tokyo. Kevin-san and Shintako-san, can you hear us?
Yes.
Oh, super. So like I said, we got a whole bunch of people here. We're all really, really excited. So far, we've been talking about the historic significance of the regolith transfer that we're going to do, and how innovative activities like that, innovative programs like the NASA CLIPS program is going to spark a commercial lunar market that's going to allow us to take off exponentially in our development of the moon, of our exploration of the moon, and that's going to lead to a significant permanent human presence on the moon for the benefit of all. And as you have already mentioned, I'm joined here by Karen Feldstein, NASA's Associate Administrator in the Office of International and Interagency Relations, and Dave Cavosa, the President of the Commercial Space Federation. And Karen, do you have some words you want to say to our global iSpace team, to people that are viewing from all around the world?
Love to, thank you. First of all, greetings to Tokyo, and if you can hear us in Luxembourg, it is incredibly exciting to celebrate this moment together with our partners all over the world. We are so excited to see this mission today. You've talked about these big milestones. We are so proud at NASA of our CLIPS program and the stimulation we've given to creating this lunar economy and creating a predictable environment so so important to operating at the moon. We have also inspired our president to propose for NASA the commercial Mars payload system as well to launch robotic precursor missions to the Martian surface. So on and on we go. We know now astronauts from Japan will walk with America on the surface of the moon through Artemis, and that we'll learn how to live and work together on another world. So we celebrate all of you, all of the amazing engineers and scientists watching tonight. Good luck, iSpace.
Thank you, Karen. Dave, would you like to add some words?
Thank you, Ron. The current golden age of space exploration didn't happen by chance. Advocates and policymakers in the United States and throughout the world have worked for decades to open space to commercial space exploration and public-private partnerships, just like we're watching today. We've worked for decades to commercialize and make space launch affordable. We've worked for decades, and to be honest, we're still working to ensure that commercial entities like iSpace can launch and operate safely in space through common sense policies, best practices, and reasonable regulations. We are stronger and can achieve more together with these dynamic public-private partnerships that leverage private investment and industry's innovation. Godspeed resilience.
All right, with that, back to you, Kevin-san and Takaki-san, and Godspeed resilience, Godspeed tenacious. We're going to do this. All right.
Washington, D.C., thank you so much.
Right, thank you very much, everybody. We're out there in Washington, D.C. Here's what we just heard. So first, NASA is working to strengthen partnerships both domestically and internationally. One key example is the Artemis Accords, which now has around 50 signatory countries. Japan was among the first 8 nations to sign. NASA has also expressed a strong support for iSpace's Mission 2 with high expectations that a resilient lander and a tenacious rover will make important contributions to our understanding of the moon, and the Commercial Space Flight Union Federation is working to expand the Earth's economic sphere, reinforce U.S. leadership in aerospace, and inspire the next generation of engineers and explorers. And they are highly valuing the iSpace's continued effort in lunar exploration, and they noted that its innovative technologies and persistence mission progress are advancing the development of the cislunar economy. Thank you, everybody from Washington, and thank you for joining us. And then finally, let's connect it to the viewing event at iSpace US headquarters in Denver, Colorado. And as we heard earlier from the team in Washington, iSpace US is currently preparing for Mission 3.
iSpace US crew, are you guys excited about today's landing?
Excited about today's landing, iSpace US crew. I like it. There's just a little bit of a time lag, but the team in Denver is also pumped up too, and absolutely. And let's take a look at the video message from Elizabeth Christ, the CEO of iSpace US.
My name is Elizabeth Christ, CEO of iSpace US. Today marks an important milestone, not just for iSpace, but for our industry and humanity's continued journey beyond Earth. iSpace Mission 2 represents an immense amount of collaboration, persistence, and innovation that has come into this extraordinary mission. I am so grateful and humbled for the iSpace team that has come together to get this far, literally almost to the moon. Here in the US, we are also working on our first US mission and subsequent missions that are building upon the history and heritage from Mission 1 and Mission 2. We are very excited and proud of this incredibly capable team that is designing and developing our Apex 1.0 lunar lander and Alpine and Lupine relay satellites, currently set to lift off in 2027. As part of Team Draper Commercial Mission 1, we are so proud to be part of the team that delivers NASA's scientific payloads as well as commercial payloads to the far side of the moon. And finally, thank you to the iSpace team, family and friends for coming together and supporting each other and getting one step closer to expanding our planet, expanding our future.
Thank you, Elizabeth and the Denver crew.
Well, thank you again to Elizabeth and everyone in Denver. And thank you as well to the entire iSpace and the U.S. team for watching and supporting that M2 landing. This truly shows how iSpace operates as a private company within a global network, bringing together around 1,500 people across 4 international locations to support this mission. And this live stream, both the Japanese and an English versions, is being watched by a large audience around the world. Thank you all so much for your incredible support from all corners of the world. Thank you. Well, now that we've felt the incredible energy of support from around the world, and we have another very special message to share. We're honored to present a message from the 32nd U.S. Ambassador to Japan, Ambassador George Glass, who assumed his post just this spring.
Greetings from one mission control to another. I'm George Glass, United States Ambassador to Japan. I know how nervous you all must be feeling right now as you wait for the Resilience lander to touch down. And in 1969, I sat transfixed like millions around the world watching Apollo 11 lunar module land on the moon. But the toughest part of that was the waiting for Neil Armstrong to open the hatch, descend the ladder, and take those historic first steps for mankind. While I'm unable to be there with you on behalf of the United States, I want to wish Hakamada-san and the entire iSpace team the very best of luck. You embody the same pioneering and resolute spirit that launched the Apollo program and all those missions that have sought to push back the frontiers of space. The United States and Japan have already accomplished so much together in our exploration and understanding of space. And this mission, which began with the SpaceX rocket lifting off from Kennedy Space Center in January, takes us further on that trajectory. iSpace's achievements are helping pave the way for an American astronaut to walk on the moon again, and this time with a Japanese astronaut by their side. Just as we are learning and building together, we are dreaming together as well, limited only by our imagination. Thank you and good luck. The world is rooting for you.
Ambassador Glass, thank you very much for the wonderful message. And lastly,
now close this part of the program. We're honored to welcome one more very special guest. Rico, could you do the honors? Of course. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great pleasure to introduce to you today the Minister of State for Space Policy of the Cabinet Office and a member of the House of Representatives, Minister Minoru Kiuchi. Minister Kiuchi, thank you very much for joining us today. Good morning, everyone. I am also excited and nervous. I'm truly honored and happy to witness this historical moment with all of you, this historical challenge by iSpace, and also great expectations for our space industry of Japan. Feeling that very vividly. The lander's name is Resilience, as you know. Just as the name suggests, Mission 2 is a re-challenge, a bold attempt to return to the moon, drawing strength from last year's experience. And I'm hoping that it can take some images of the Earth from the surface of the moon. Quite nervous and excited. And I would like to share with you messages from people all around the world, or for the people from viewing from the world. This is not just a challenge, but it's a great challenge of people who will never quit or never give up.
To everyone watching this event from around the world, this is more than just a landing. This is a call for those who never give up. Let's witness this historic moment together. Thank you. ありがとうございました。
Thank you. Mr. Kiuchi, thank you very much for being with us tonight. Thank you so much, Mr. Kiuchi, Minister Kiuchi, for joining us today. Now, Resilience Lander is continuing its descent toward the lunar surface smoothly. Let's take a closer look at the landing process. Please watch this explanation from the Hector Mission Control Center team.
After configuring the spacecraft, the team will send a command to initiate the automatic descent sequence. Throughout this time, the spacecraft will slowly get closer to the surface of the moon while reducing its speed until finally it's close enough and slow enough to gently touch on the surface of the moon. At that time, the team will regain control and we'll start the preparations for the surface operations phase.
So just before we start the landing phase, we are about 100 kilometers above the surface of the moon. And then we start our first phase of the landing, which is the deorbit insertion. This is a very short fire from the lander, which basically tries to bring us closer to the surface of the moon. We come to around 18 to 25 kilometers to the moon. And once that finishes, we start the second phase of landing, which we call the coast descending phase. In this phase, the lander is basically just coasting around and trying to get closer and closer to the moon's surface. And then, right about when we are closest to the moon, which is around 18 kilometers, we start the third phase, which is the braking burn phase. This is the phase where we try to reduce the horizontal velocity as much as we can. We were going very fast, so we fire all of our thrusters, we burn very furiously, and then we try to reduce it as much as we can. And after a certain amount of time, we reach the fourth phase, which is the braking burn / pitch up phase. So we were horizontal before, now we are trying to become a little vertical to approach our landing site, and then we reach the fifth phase of our landing, which is the terminal descent phase. At this time, our lander is almost vertical. We have reduced almost all of the horizontal velocity, and now we are slowly approaching our landing site. After about just 20 meters or 10 meters above the surface, we reach the sixth phase, which is the terminal landing. At this point, we cut off our main engines and we are only landing slowly with the assist thrusters and trying to land as softly as we can on our landing site. And once that finishes, we are at the moon.
Thank you, everyone at the MCC. By the way, we have a total of 6 payloads of our customers on the lander and the rover. The first one we are introducing is the Tenacious micro rover developed and manufactured by iSpace Europe and Luxembourg with the support of the Luxembourg Space Agency. If this mission succeeds, it will become Europe's first lunar rover to drive on the moon. Next, we have a water electrolysis device from Takasago Thermal Engineering, also loaded onto Resilience. One of iSpace's key missions is to explore and eventually utilize lunar water resources. The hydrogen and oxygen produced through water electrolysis converted into liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen can serve as a critical energy source in space. Resilience is also carrying a payload developed by National Central University in Taiwan, a device that measures radiation levels in space and on the lunar surface. This data will help improve the design of electronic components which are heavily affected by the space environment. Furthermore, there's a payload developed by Euglena, a company engaged in algae research and development. This experiment focuses on algae growth and could contribute to future food production in space. Resilience isn't carrying just specific payloads, it also includes cultural and artistic objects. Resilience carries a GOI Universal Century Charter Plate created as part of the Gundam Open Innovation Project led by the Bandai Namco Group. And finally, as a payload on the Tenacious rover, there's a small red art object called the Moon House created by a Swedish artist. In addition to the payloads mentioned above, Resilience is also carrying a memory disk from UNESCO designed to preserve humanity's linguistic and cultural heritage. They are transporting quite a variety of things. Mission 2 is not only a technology demonstration for accelerating lunar development, but also a part of the Hector-R program designed to validate iSpace's business model for lunar transportation services. Let's welcome someone who knows the Resilience lander battle than anyone. Joining us now is Mr. Yoshitsugu Hitachi, Executive Vice President of Engineering at iSpace and the lead for Mission 2 development. Mr. Hitachi, good evening or good morning or good day. I'm confused now. Well, I'd like to ask you about resilience that's now on its way to landing on the moon. Could you share with us, frankly, how you're feeling right now? Let's see. After Mission 1, in order to welcome today, we have been preparing so hard to be fully prepared for today. And earlier, I was a bit nervous, but on the stage, looking over you, all of you, I am beyond nervous. And what we as a team are trying to achieve, I am looking forward to that. I am rather excited. My heartbeat is so strong that it'll probably jump onto the moon. That's how excited and thrilled I am right now. It's been 2 years since Mission 1. So the development of the lander and the growth of the team, has there been any progress? Well, as was seen in the video footage at the beginning, we did not have a good luck in Mission 1. We did not succeed in lunar landing. However, in a sense, it was a successful experience for us because we are now able to leverage what has been learned from that experience, reflect that onto our next mission. And there are a lot of things we did for Mission 1, and our team members experienced all of those. And we are now endeavoring to achieve this new mission. We have come this far, and the team has grown so much. Good, amazing leadership and followership. With those, we have built a strong team spirit. And this is not just brown-nosing. This is not to brown-nose our team members, but every day I work with each member of the team, and I know how much they have put into this work through our daily conversation and seeing them every day, how they work. I know how passionate they are. Every day I feel that firsthand. The team is marvelous. It's amazing. Thank you. The team has grown so much more even. And another question that I have is regarding the engineers. I'm sure they're busy right now. What's the atmosphere like at the site or MCC? Yes, as was announced at the MCC earlier, the DOI detachment or departure from the orbit has been completed, and right now it's going into the autonomous driving phase. So many different preparations are necessary for that, and that's very important. And they have been very busy because of that. But the moment to go into the autonomous driving, we have been preparing perfectly for that moment, and we'll just do what we have prepared for this moment. And after the landing, whatever happens, we should be able to cope with it because we're ready, we're prepared. That's why we've been very busy to make ourselves prepared for that. Okay, so at the moment, resilience is autonomously proceeding with its landing sequence, and when it transitions to the next landing phase, it will adjust its thruster firings for altitude control and continue descending toward the lunar surface. Is that correct? Yes, that is correct. We're so looking forward to it. Can't wait. Thank you, Hitachi-san. Mr. Hitachi.
Right, we're just a moment away from landing, only 15 minutes to go. Before that, let's hear from the team at MCC Tokyo about what's planned after touchdown.
After landing, the mission will continue as we support our customers in their surface operations and our colleagues in Luxembourg at the mission control room, where they will be preparing for the tenacious rover deployment. The lunar surface is a whole new regime. It's a whole different world. On the surface, we'll be watching our power and temperature very closely until we say a final goodnight to resilience.
After we pass the 48-hour mark of the initial surface operations, we enter a routine phase where all of us, the operations team, continue to monitor the spacecraft 24 hours while taking pictures, taking videos, and continue operating the rover.
レジリエンスランダーが月面に着陸した後、ハイゲインアンテナを展開し、着陸時に撮影した動画や写真を地上にダウンロードします。その後、ペイロードを運用します。ペイロードは放射線を測定する DSRP、水電気分解をする高砂様の HOC、ユーグレナの実験装置、テネシアスローバーの運用を行います。ランダーは月面の朝に到着します。ランダーに搭載された太陽電池パネルで発電するため、月の日中しか活動することができません。月の日中は約2週間となっています。
After 14 days has passed since we landed on the lunar surface, the mission is coming to an end. We drive the rover towards the sunset, say goodnight to our lander. We decommission the Resilience lander and the Tenacious rover, and this marks the end of Mission 2.
Thank you to the MCC team for the explanation. Well, according to the schedule, we have about 13 minutes left until Resilience lands. Everyone here at the venue and watching online, it's almost time. It's really exciting. Let's hear your excitement. You know, there you have your Resilience towels, and we just now heard the announcement. Breaking burn phase. So the phase 3 breaking burn has just started. It will take 10 minutes to decelerate. So 2,000 kilometers per hour, you know, is now will rapidly be decelerated. Right. I hope that, you know, this excitement of this venue is coming through on the stream as well. We're just moments away from Japan's and Asia's first ever private lunar landing. Now, even if Mission 2 ends in a successful landing, that doesn't mean it's the final goal for iSpace. That's right. I'd like us to take a step back from the mission at hand and talk a bit about iSpace's future that lies ahead. So let's welcome Junpei Nozaki, iSpace's CFO and Executive Business Director. Nozaki-san, please join us. Well, finally, we're here. Yeah, it has started, really. Right, thank you for joining us. So, question to Nozaki-san. I often get questions from investors like, what's next after Mission 2? If it succeeds or if the landing doesn't go as planned, does that mean it's all over? So, some concerns and some questions, what would you say to these? I completely understand, those questions and concerns, but please rest assured, Mission 2 is incredibly important, but just as important is the fact that iSpace is committed to going to the moon again and again. And we do have this, after Mission 2, we plan to launch in Mission 3 and Mission 4 towards the moon by 2027. Right. And so we'll be using the Apex 1.0 lander, this image, and our Series 3 lander for those missions. We actually have a video of the latest prototype of the Series 3 lander. Right. So this is currently under development, Series 3. Cool looking, and it's even larger than the current and resilience lander, standing over 3 meters tall. And it's designed to carry several hundred kilograms of clients and payload to the moon, much more than before. And, instead of, the 4 to 5 months it used to take, this new model will reach the moon in just about 1 month. You're actually doing everything in a very fast speed. And it's really important that we prepare future missions. Without these future missions, we can't really leverage all these learnings that we get from a mission 2. And even if a mission 2 doesn't result in a successful landing, the next mission lined up means that we will have a direct way to apply the insights and the data. Right, so that's the very spirit of never quit the lunar quest, right? So we're going to continue going to the moon, getting to the moon, so please be with us throughout the journey. Well, it's almost time for the landing, so 9 minutes. And so let's have, the CEO founder, Hakamada-san, coming on stage. Morning, Hakamada-san. Good morning, everybody. Luxembourg and U.S. members, good evening. Well, this is, finally we're here. How are you feeling right now? Well, led by our engineers, we've carried out Mission 2 by fully applying the lessons and experiences gained from Mission 1. And, and Mission 2 too, even before, this is amazing that we have come this far. Engineers did everything they possibly could. So I want to face this landing moment with everybody with confidence, trusting everything we've done to get here. Right. Thank you very much for sharing what's in your mind. I guess in each and every day, every lesson that we've learned is being put to use in this Mission 2 lunar landing and surface exploration. Yes, and I'd like to take this opportunity to sincerely thank everyone who has consistently supported iSpace all over the world, and then because of your support that we've been able to take on these challenges. And this is a really late at night or early in the morning, and so many of you are here with us, and so many people in Luxembourg and in US. I'm just really excited that we have so many peers and friends and families and everyone who's expecting a lot, in iSpace. And so great support, great excitement, and great expectations. So this long journey has been long, and it's been a tremendous, endless support. And so to our partner companies, Payload and customers and clients, government bodies, space agencies, shareholders, financial institutions, suppliers, investors, media members. And the list goes on, and employees, all these iSpace members, and friends and family, those, the member dear and near to our members. We are really grateful, and we're very happy. And I'd also like to thank MSBC for their support as an official partner of Hakuto R, and for providing this wonderful venue. So engineers has been at the core, and we've been doing everything we possibly could, and let's witness and let's experience this moment. And I'm just extremely happy that I can experience this with you all, and the journey continues. And I hope that you will continue to be a part of it. Well, thank you, Hakamada-san. Well, it's almost time. It's L-5 minutes, and I'm getting nervous. Yeah, so from here on, we will bring you live commentary from Hitachi-san alongside our leading landing simulation footage. So where are we? So in terms of phase, we're already in the third phase, the braking burn phase, and 1,800 kilometers per hour. It was 5,000 kilometers per hour, and then it's drastically less. And now we're 10 kilometers in altitude, and looks quite distant from the surface, but it actually the deceleration is really fast. So please. So after this becomes less than 10 kilometers, it's going to be even faster how deceleration happens. This is on par with our plan, and landing site, we're only 30 kilometers or 40 kilometers away from the landing site, so we're very, very close already. All right, thank you very much for the explanation. And then those at the venue, those online, time to touch down on the screen, even this shows 0, and even altitude it shows 0. We don't know if the has successfully landed. It would look the successfully landed on the simulation, but we need to verify the state of the lander in MCC, and we need to wait for the official announcement. So you might get excited as soon as you see number 0, but it'd be great if you can wait. We will hear the live announcement over the speaker, and let's celebrate when we hear the official announcement. So this is going to be very quiet moment, waiting for the very, very special moment. But well, you see this, altitude is only 5 kilometers, and the speed is much less. It's like an airplane speed. Yes. So 500 kilometers per hour is, yeah. The deceleration has been very rapidly happening. It's less than 4 kilometers. All the thrusters are working perfectly, is how I see on the screen. So now it's less than 400 kilometers per hour, and it's only 3 kilometers in altitude. This is a bullet train kind of speed, so you can probably imagine what it's like. This is everything is working out great. The lander is going to start changing the attitude. Yes. Now you're seeing this sideways, but it's going to be going to be standing horizontally, and this is the simulation. So we're almost right above the landing site. Right, thank you very much. And these two lines, the yellow line is showing where the sun is. The white line is indicating the direction of the landing site. Right. Telemetry would have in a moment where we can't see the numbers, but that's just the telecommunication. So pitch up in a phase. So we are moving into the phase 4. So telemetry figures are not coming, but we are continuously getting this announcement from MCC. I think it's working. Just a little more. So it's less than a minute until the scheduled landing time. So let's see how the MCC members are. Less than a minute away. Very, very nerve-wracking moment. Everyone's super concentrated, looking at the lander on the screen. Let's wait patiently. It's already 4:17, the scheduled landing, and we need to check the telemetry. This is, where we need to be patient and wait for just a while. We already passed the landing scheduled time, and we're still verifying the state, confirming how it is on the surface. I can see the nervous look on everyone's face in MCC. They're confirming the communication with the resilience lander. It might take some time before the confirmation. It'd be great if you can bear with us. Well, still, we're in the process of confirmation and verification.
So we still have telemetry, we still carrying the antenna. We still see it now.
Still in the process of confirming, checking. MCC room is filled with members, more crowded than its normal date. So it can take some more time, right, Hitachi-san? So I think we need some time before sharing the status to people in the venue and those who are watching online. Right, so we've had you waiting, but we could actually play some video, which we couldn't do before because of this, the timing has come. So it'd be great and if you can wait and while watching these videos, but I will make sure to update you as soon as we hear any news. So, apologies for keep you waiting, but we're still confirming the state. It'd be great, and if you can wait with us just a little more. So those who is in the venue and those who are watching online, and I know that a lot of you have joined us in a very extreme time of the day. And how's the situation? So we haven't been able to confirm, but MCC members will continuously attempt to communicate with the lander, and we will be reporting you the latest state in the media interviewing that's scheduled in a few hours. So we need to never quit the lunar quest, is the spirit we would like to keep in finishing this the live streaming for now. Thank you very much for joining us.